Hi, hello, and howdy. I'm Mushmallow, and you are, well, you're you. Hello, you. Welcome to Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting, where art takes a twisted turn. Come on, join me as we bring to life chilling designs, spooky masterpieces, and we do it all one drill at a time. So subscribe, grab those drills, and get ready to create something dark and dazzling. Let's paint the darkness together. Come on, let's go. Hi, you guys. So I wanted to start this WIP'n'Chat off with a little show and tell, if you will, of some things I've procured over the past 2 weeks from some small shops, some new and some familiar. So let's just kind of dive in. First, I'm going to start with a little bit that I picked up from Paper Haunt. Thank you to Christy Barton from our Facebook group who cued me in to this shop. She posted on our Facebook group. Cool place. It was on my hit list. I just hadn't had a chance to buy from there yet, and I thought, well, let's check this out. Christy wants us to check it out. We'll check it out. I want to check it out anyway, so win, 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 win. So here's everything that came in the package. It came in a bubble mailer, and it came wrapped in this cute, spooky tissue paper with a spooky little sticker. It says something spooky just for you, paperhaunt.com. They also have an Etsy shop. All links for all this stuff will be in the description down below, you guys, by the way. But it came with this nice little bookmark here at White Stag Art at Paper Haunt stationery company, paperhaunt.com. It's like that, it's almost like that rubbery velvety feel. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very good, high quality. There's a discount code and a thank you for small business and scan me. There's the QR code if you need it, so that you can scan and get on their mailing list and find out about new releases. So that's pretty cool. And hey, who doesn't like a discount code, right? And we did get some cute little haunted stickers as well. Got a little, oh look, I got a little Ouija board, some bones, and a Paper Haunt sticker. Is this a set? Oh, it's a set of stickers. Very cool indeed. Love that. And the real prize. What did Mushy get from Paper Haunt? Washi tape! I was in need of some new washi tape, and so I got some, and they come wrapped up in, like, completely wrapped, not just one side, so completely protected. All the stick is protected. They all have this cute Paper Haunt logo situation on there, and paperhaunt.com, their website. It's very cool. Here's this pattern I got. It's called Blood Drippy. And this is the pink blood drip. Here you are. And then, yeah, pink, shut up, I know. It's, I mean, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, clue, clue, ding, ding, bing, bing. Warning bells and alerts, pink and black. Pink and black paper. That's your hint. And then I did get some of these eyeball washi with a purple background. There's the eyeball washi. I don't like eyeballs, but I know someone else who probably doesn't like eyeballs either. So I got it. Purple background. I got 2 of them. One for me, one for a special friend. And then I got zombie skin. Stitched up zombie skin. How cool. This was the last one that was in the cart, and you're the last one available, and I snatched it. So if one of you also had it in your cart and then you went to buy it and you didn't get it, sorry. That was me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. So a cart swiped. I'm sorry. Let's dig into this. Let's find, oh, we might have a special way in. We do have a perforation right here. All right, so I'm digging that, but I don't want to, this is so pretty. I don't want to mess it up. The perforation's right here. So do I take the sticker back? Shouldn't be this hard, Mush. It looks like perforation. I see but the start of it is like under, I want to see how much we get, Oh, I'm gonna have to stab you. I'm so sorry, little ghost. I don't see another way. If there's another way, you guys can scream at me in the comments and I'll know for next time. Destroying perfectly cute washi tape cover stuff. Mush, what's wrong with you? Everything. Okay, let's see. That didn't help. So I just took off that really awesome cover stuff and it didn't help. But I want to see, like, I want to see the side of the roll. I want to see exactly how much are we getting here. Did I just screw up really bad? They need to include instructions on how to open the washi tape. We can kind of see where I peeled away a little bit. We can kind of see, get a pretty generous amount of washi tape on there. The white ring is the thing that holds the washi, but the rest of that's washi, so that's nice. Let me see if I can get my Twizzlers up. Haha. Oh, maybe. Haha, question mark? Okay, we got this outer ring off. Progress. Ooh, that sounds like perforation, perforating. Oh, I don't want to get rid of this, but I guess it makes sense that you kind of have to, right? Maybe I don't. Let's see if we can preserve it. I don't think we can, but we're gonna try. But we can't. So there's that. That's really cute though. But here we go. Better look at exactly how much washi tape comes on a roll. It's a standard size roll of washi tape, one of the bigger standard, but this is a lot of washi. And I believe these were about $5 each, which is a good price. Let's check out how opaque or transparent we are. Let's find the end. Found it. Here we go. I just want to see, are we thick? Are we thin? What is the tack like? Ooh, I think this is going to have good stick, or tack, if you will. I'm going to just kind of pull a piece so you can see. There we go. I'm going to rip it. This feels very quality. So that's my first impression, you guys. I haven't tested it out yet. Washi is low tack, so it does have a lower stick, but this feels like a really good lower stick. You know what I'm saying? This feels good quality stick. It is a little bit see-through, slightly transparent. I can see my finger through here a little bit, if that matters to you, but not terribly so. Let me find something with writing. It will not cover writing. Writing will show through, but very cool. Very cool. We will be starting to use these. And like I said, I did get myself the zombie stitch skin, the purple background eyeballs, the pink and black blood drip, and a gift for a friend. So thank you, Christy Barton, for cluing us in on Paper Haunt. Fantastic price. Seems at first impression to be a really good quality washi product, and you seem to get quite a bit more than an average roll of washi, which is very nice. It felt like a better quality than you could tell the difference between that and the cheapy stuff, and it was only about $5 a roll. So all spooky as well, all creepy, horror, spooky. Love that. Yeah, so thanks again, Christy Barton. I also went to Flower Designs. You guys know, if you've been around a while, I do like me some Flower Designs, and I got a couple of their, I guess you can call them mini pins. They're the smaller pens. I got sister pins, essentially. They're similar. They're of the same family, but they're a little bit different. One of them is going to go with the washi tape to a new home. But here are the two pins that I got. One is black and white, and one is pink and black. Ding, 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 ding. And they say female dog, please. Yep, and they're bedazzled. They got the crackly paint appearance to them. They do come installed with pretty, I mean, if plastic multi-placers can be quality, these would be the quality ones. The upper end ones of plastic multi-placers, and a bronze tipped single placer here, but you can replace those if you want to. But yeah, here they are. And here are the jewels right here. And this one has a pink painted band all the way around the top and bottom of the bump. This one has a like diamond one, silver sparkly. Yep. So got these. How cool are these? I like these. I love these. I didn't think I was gonna like these like smaller pens, but I actually really do. They're light, they're comfortable, and they're always coming out with new designs. So get them while they're hot, especially, you know, if you see things like pink and black ones, you might, I don't know, might get an itch sometime in the before the new year. You might want to grab some stuff. I don't know, maybe, or you might want to wait, because maybe there will be other stuff. I don't know why January just seems a really good month for pinky and blacky stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, ding, ding, ding. All right, moving on. Oh, I'm not moving on. Staying put. I wanted to show you. Flower Designs did send this little gift bag along with the pens. I got some Skittles strawberry starfruit water powder additive situation. Yum. And some Laffy Taffy. We can't say no to candy. We can't. Some stickers. Some cute pouch of stickers here. And their Flower Designs card. You can find them on Instagram, TikTok, Etsy, and some emails here. Unique handmade treasures. And then there's this almost like tarot card situation here, and it reads, if you find yourself stuck in a situation you're unhappy with, ask yourself, why are you still there? Is it fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing that you could do for your soul and spirit. Be fierce. This resonates with me. I like it. I'm probably going to pin it up somewhere. And then also there's this 3D printed cover minder. How cool is that? Yep, it's about the size of it. Good size, feels good, thick quality, feels comfortable, and the magnet is strong, as you can see. So yeah, I didn't want to forget to include the goodie bag in what Flower Designs sent. And now I'm thirsty for this water. The next thing I got is something I sneaky leaky peekied in the community tab and on Facebook, which is this canvas roller. It's just a 3D printed canvas roller from Black Dahlia Diamond Art, and I got it customized with my name. It says Mushy on it. And if you're curious, here's simply what it is. Right now, currently I'm working on a super secret project for Sundown for his birthday. It is 4.5 feet long. I can tell you that this, I believe, was the standard size that I ordered. Let me double check the receipt. All right, well, the receipt doesn't say if this was the standard or the large, but I believe it was the standard. It's the $17 one on their Etsy shop, so if that helps. Sorry if it doesn't, but it should. You should be able to tell which one it was from the price if you go looking or shopping. I want to show you how to use this because somebody was asked about it in the Facebook group, and so I thought I'd tell you. I was using a pool noodle, so this is a significant upgrade from a pool noodle, and I get this in here toward the middle, and I'm going to start like just dropping things because that's how I do. I'm gonna start rolling the canvas up in there. Almost, I wish you could see what I was like exactly doing. But I'm basically getting the canvas started in the roller by rolling it. I don't want to lose my place. Rolling it like that. Just kind of tight rolling it on the inside, while holding this. And once you get it started, then it just pretty much rolls itself. It's very easy. It's going to straighten up the edges here. And I just grab one end and roll ski, and it's just smooth as butter. Like I said, this is a 4.5 foot long canvas, and this was not made for canvases quite that big, but I'll tell you what, it eats up most of it. Look at that. This is how much of the canvas I've gotten done so far. If you're curious, yeah, I know, it's a Mandy Manzano. Yeah, I know, it's a stained glass style beast. From Beauty and the Beast. I know all the things, okay? I know this is dark and creepy. No, you didn't stumble into the wrong channel. It's the things you do for love, you know? But I could probably get it to roll a little bit more, but I would say that this took a good 3 foot of the canvas. So 3.5 feet. So it holds quite a bit. It holds it in place, and when I'm ready for more, I'm doing this a little off frame. Sorry. Let me try to... When I'm ready for more, I just pull it back a little bit and it releases some more canvas for me. So there we go, folks. That's how the canvas roller works. And I am happy. Yes, pool noodles are cheap and effective, but this is $17. I get it, but it's very nice, handy, keeps everything nicely rolled. You don't get those little pieces of pool noodle speckle foam crap everywhere, and you don't have to really do any cuts, and it's nice and it's personalized and it's aesthetically pleasing. And so if you want to treat yourself once in a while, and you're looking for a canvas rolly situation and you're tired of pool noodles or pipe insulators, go ahead and give Black Dahlia Diamond Art a try. So those are the things I got, and again, down in the description box below for those, but wait, there's more. And this one I'm excited and nervous about, and we'll talk about why in a second. The next thing I got, and the last thing I got from a small shop, this is from By Stein on Etsy. They're a shop out of Norway. I got the black and black gold color 3D printed. Basically, these are DAC specific rulers. This one here is for old round DAC. Now, it didn't really specify what's old, but I think probably 2023 could be considered old. We're going to find out. And I did get an old square DAC ruler. We're not doing a square one today, so not going to check this one out today, but we are going to see if we can... we're going to see if this class is classified as old according to By Stein, and we're going to see if this works and how it works and if it helps. Now, as you can see, this is a different kind of ruler than what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing the metal, flimsy. This is 3D printed. It is fragile, so I don't want to go bendy cracking it. Am I worried, like taking it off and putting it down and taking it off, putting it down, that it might snap? Yes. However, I also know that older canvas specifically, but DAC glue in general, in my experience, has been pretty weak. So I'm not too concerned that it's going to get really stuck on there and I'm going to really have to pry it off and be concerned. So there's that. But we're going to see... what, well, first, before I take off the release paper or the cover sheet, let me see if this is even gonna line up. Now, this does it in like columns, double columns here, and leaves one blank for you to fill in manually, which is interesting. Does this line up? It do. And what I think, will this work out? Let me see. Because what I think I'm gonna do is leave this release paper on here at the bottom, and this is what will be on the release paper, this part here, so that I have something that's not actually stuck to the canvas to grab onto and start pulling away when I need to move the ruler. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna see, does this ruler rule or does it drool? Gosh, I'm such a nerd. Oh, does it rule or does it drool? Am I too cool for school? I'm done now, I swear. For this part, I've zoomed you guys in here up close and personal so that you can see what is going down here. You can see what's going on. I want you to be able to watch me place it and use it while we chit chat about stuff. We're going to talk about how my house was attacked by a tree and what was done. You know, we're going to talk about hillbilly roof climbing hillbillies with chainsaws in the middle of the night, and we're going to talk about zombie feet. Broken zombie feet, all the things. And we're going to try not to talk about, like, we can't deny it happens every canvas. Anybody know? Anybody by what I'm doing, what I'm going to say? This canvas stole a piece of my hair, as does every other canvas I've ever worked on. One of my hairs is woven into each. And I think I've just got to now come to terms with the fact that every canvas is going to have a piece of me embedded inside of it. That's just how it's gonna go. So let me put this up here against these drills that are already laid down. Line it up. That was easy. Am I perfectly on board? It's a little askew, but there we go. Can you see? I'm gonna bring you down. Boop, 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 boop. So you can see. There. That's about as close as I can get you. Let me readjust the light. Move it around a little bit so you can, like, get a good look. Get a good look, my friends. I'm gonna turn on the light board here in a second and you're gonna get a real good look. All right, you ready? Watch your eyes. Avert. There we go. Let me pull you guys up a little bit so I actually have some room to diamond paint. Wouldn't that be nice? That'll be nice. All right, and I'm going to use my new pen, even though I have not, obviously, because I just showed it to you, sent the other one off to its new home. And I do have some Reed's putty here that I'm just going to goosh into the plastic bottom. Now with these, I've broken a couple of my flower designs pens or placers, like at the base here, whether the placer breaks or I crack the pen doing this, so I got to be a little bit careful. I got to be not such a hard presser, but I got to get the putty in here. And this is Reed's putty, still using and loving the Reeds. So if you're curious, oh gosh darn it. If you're curious, that's what I'm using, and I'm just using the lid of this resin jar that I got as kind of a putty placement assistance apparatus. Making sure I get the putty in there. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're doing well. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any of the things that I've gotten from the shops, or have you shopped at any of those shops? Are you gonna go check them out? Did I introduce you to something that tickled your pickle at all? I'd love to know. And if so, I'd love to know what it is. Are we into washi? Are we into little pens? Are we into these old and new? They have if you have newer DAC canvases, they have rulers measured out for the newer canvases. Words are a problem today. Hey, guess what? Words are a problem for me today. So what should I do? Oh my gosh, what should I do with my time? Let's make a video where I talk a lot. Because that makes total sense to me. When I'm having trouble wording, why not do a wordy video? Jeez. I think a little bit later, unless plans change, it's summer, it's crazy, things could change, but as of right now, in a little while, couple hours I'll be filming Spilling the Tea with crafty ishKristyn. If you haven't gone and checked out her channel, maybe you should. Maybe you should. All the cool kids are doing it. You want to be a cool kid, right? Peer pressure. Peer pressure. Yep, go check her out. The next video, Spilling the Tea video, will be on her channel. So definitely sub up if you like the Spilling the Teas, and you'll catch the next one. But I'll also link it here in a play, my friends, you know, the collaborative playlist here on my channel, where I show some of my friends' videos on there. Will be linked. So yeah, what is the topic of the day? The topic today, my friends, is, like I said, trees attacking my house. I mean, that was, I joke about it, but it was actually kind of scary because we'll get into it, but the tree it fell against our house in the middle of the night. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and landed right above Leah and Charlotte's head in bed in their room. Yeah, that could have been real bad. That was most definitely a butt pucker moment for me. I should mention some other things that I'm using. This is a prototype nail saver, 3D printed from our friends over at Ephemera 3D. Testing that out for them. Also testing out a prototype tray. It's the Deep 6 with Washi bottom. So I'm testing that out. Somebody already gone on to me about the color. You stop it. Purple's fine. It's not pink, so it counts. And I may occasionally, for whatever reason, use my Zap Designs pink and black Fordite pen that was gifted to me by crafty ishKristyn. Oh my gosh, all this pink and black stuff. What's going on? I don't know. All right, so let's dig into this here. This might kind of cramp a little bit of my multi-placing vibe using this ruler, because it does take out, you know, break up places that I could have multi-placed a little more. But we're gonna give it a go. We need to test and see if this works. So I'm just gonna put that one there. All right, and yeah, so we're gonna talk about the tree that tried to unalive my daughter in the middle of the night through her roof and window, and then how you know that you're a country bumpkin hillbilly. Spoiler. This multi-placer is too big for what I'm trying to do here. I might have to switch to my Zap Designs pen because it has a smaller, more... could you take the drill? Thank you. Yeah, I need smaller multi-placer. Still reads putty in here. In any event, yeah, we're going to talk about how, you know, like how Bill Engvall used to say, here's your sign. How you know that you're a country bumpkin redneck. Spoiler, it has to do with climbing up on the roof of a house with a chainsaw. It was like Arkansas Chainsaw Massacre. The tree didn't stand a chance against Sundown. And then what else are we going to talk about? Zombie feet. Zombie feet. I know. I've seen some pictures of someone in our Facebook group, not going to name names, has a zombie foot very similar to Leah's. Copycat. I'm trying to copycat on Leah. Connie trying to get in on the zombie foot, broken foot glory. Having a good time? Is it fun? Is it worth it? And funny enough, Connie injured her foot very similarly to how Leah did. Leah was working at her job at the doggy daycare boarding spa facility and was caring for dogs, much like Connie said she was walking her dog. And that's where her foot injury occurred. So similar injuries, similar circumstances. Is there a hidden, like, universal, fate sign, pay attention to the signs, people, type of thing? Don't know. We'll get into it. And also, when Sundowns don't listen to Mushies about their bronchial tubes, what can happen? Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. But let's start off. Okay, so as a lot of you might know from the Facebook group, and for those of you who do not are not in the Facebook group and don't know anything about anything what I'm going to say, I'm just going to repeat it. The other night at about somewhere, I think it was between 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, all of a sudden, we're getting ready to go to bed, Sundown and I. Kiddo was already in bed. Sundown and I were on our way there. We're locking up the house, shutting everything down, closing up shop, as it were. And all of a sudden, we hear something that sounded like a crack of lightning or thunder or whatever. You know how lightning during a thunderstorm, lightning will crack real loud. Crack, crack. Like that, but realer. There was a sound like that. And then there was a house shaking rumble that almost mimicked an earthquake sort of vibe. And we heard something, it sounded like a car driving, scraping the side of the house. And then kaboom, like thunder. But it wasn't stormy out, so we were all kind of confused. But kaboom, that rattled the house. And, like, oh my gosh, did somebody just drive their car alongside or into our house? What just happened? So, we panic, oh my gosh. Check on Leah. She's okay. And so then we were like, what the heck was that? Went outside to investigate, and lo and behold, a tree that was scheduled to be removed from out back, too close to our house, and in a couple days it was supposed to be removed, was like, you know what, F you, I'm going out on my own terms, and took itself out right onto the back side of our house and Leah's bedroom roof and window. Luckily, it didn't break the window. And the strange thing is it wasn't like a tree, like a pine tree or a maple tree or oak tree or something like that. This was an ornamental tree that got just crazy Hulk size, Tyrannosaurus Rex size dinosaur big. Way uncommon. I mean, it was an ornamental yard tree, so it should never have gotten as big as it did, but it got like really, really huge. And then other big, thick, I mean, we're talking branches like that you can't even wrap, not branches, but trunks that you can't wrap your hand around. But it was a bunch of big, fat trunks that were all sprouting from like one central trunk or trunk area, and then all these trunks were, so kind of, maybe it was multiple tree trunks. Anyway, I don't know how else to describe it. I'm sorry. I'm not a good describinator. My bad. Sorry. Not a tree professional. What is that? An arborist? An arbonator? An arborer? Arbitrator? No, not an arbitrator. That's a whole other thing. Anyway, I am not an arborist, and so I don't know how else to describe it to you, but the tree core, the core of all these like little, I say little, but they weren't too little, trunks had rotted, and that's another reason why we were wanting the tree removed. It had rotted, got infested with honeysuckle, and those vines like were strangling it and taking all its nutrients and whatever, and just, you know, the tree was doomed. It was suffering, and it was rotted on the core, and it needed to go. And like I said, we had it scheduled for removal in a couple days, but it couldn't wait. It didn't want to wait. It waited until we were, you know, like a toe in bed. Leah already in bed, but us, we already had like our pinky toes had reached the bed, and it was like kaboom. And so we discovered what had happened, and Sundown is panicking. He's like, oh my gosh, the roof. Oh my gosh, Leah. You know, and I'm like, I already checked. She's okay. Char's okay. It didn't, there's no like tree limbs sticking in a window or through the roof or the ceiling or anything. And he's like, well, it could have damaged the roof, and we've got storms coming in about an hour. I gotta get up there. And I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? And he Sundown said, I have to get up on the roof and, you know, make sure that you try to get that whatever fell on the roof down so it doesn't cause more damage when the storms get here, and make sure that it didn't puncture the roof and let, you know, storm damage coming and all this stuff. And he's like, I've got to take care of the tree right now. And I was like, sir, please pardon my ignorance, but you do realize it is like now 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And it's at this time of day, night, whatever. It's this thing that I call dark outside. It's something called dark. I'm like, what? This one, yeah. Well, I don't know. And I'm like, and also, if you hadn't noticed, our roof is slightly taller than you. Are you gonna jump? How are we getting on the roof? And he's like, don't worry about that. I'll take you. I'll get up there. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm like, can I help you? No, stay inside where it's safe. You know, typical Sundown. And I'm like, okay. So he disappeared into the night with a flashlight and a mission. And short time later, I hear stomp, 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 scrape, scrape, scrape up on the roof. And I'm like, oh, Santa or Sundown. Either way, somebody's up there. So good. That's good. And then, okay, something I'm running into with this is, unless, maybe, I don't think it's supposed to go, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go this way, but like with multi-placing, it's really hard up against, because they have these raised parts in the middle and on the ends. And so those have to, for, I don't know, for frustration's sake, you kind of got to single place those, because it's hard to get the multi-placer butted up against that. Just something to note. Anyway, then I'm like, okay, well, he's gonna just, you know, lob the tree off the side. I hope he's careful, you know. It's not a real steep roof, so should be all right. I was listening just to make sure that he didn't call for help or, you know, do anything stupid up there. And all of a sudden, I hear, and then, I don't know, insert Chainsaw Massacre sounds here. That's what I heard. I was trying to imitate a chainsaw, if you were curious. How'd I do? Let me know. But I hear a chainsaw, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm inside the house. I mean, even if I went outside, it's dark out there, and like, I'm not going to be able to really see much, so there was no point in me going to look. But like, all I could do is mentally picture and visualize Sundown hillbillying it up on the roof. I'm like, how did he even get up there? I don't know. Ladder, I assume. But he got up on the roof with a chainsaw and was chainsawing the pieces of trees that had fallen and were on our roof so that he could break them into smaller bits and get them off the roof. And I'm like, that sounds like a totally safe plan. You have nobody out there with you. You got no light. Well, you got your little handheld flashlight, but I mean, you're not holding that if you're holding a chainsaw, at least I hope not. I'm like, you're out there by yourself on the roof with a chainsaw, chainsawing things that are resting against our roof / Leah's ceiling area. I'm like, what could possibly go wrong? Golly. And then a little bit later, I hear the sound stop, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't hear any splat or anything like that. So like, I figured he was probably didn't fall. But it got quiet, and then Sundown came in the house, and he was like, ooh, it's worse than I thought. I had to go get Dad down. He had to go wake up this poor little old man in the middle of the night. He needed a taller ladder. And he needed somebody to drive, and like, I was incapable, I don't know. But basically what they were going to do to get the main body of the tree off the roof was tie a chain around it and then hook it to the truck and try to pull the main body of the tree away from the house. I was like, okay, I don't... Is safest ideas? Probably not. But could it wait till morning with storms coming and potential roof damage hiding under the fallen tree on our daughter's roof, or maybe even the storm exacerbating the situation? No, could not. No, we weren't gonna. So he went climbing back up on the roof, I guess, and then I hear the chainsaw, and I hear hollering and engines revving, and about an hour and a half later, Sundown comes in and said, yep, all right, got the tree. And he was showing me pictures, and took pictures the next day so I could see what was going on. And over the next couple days, this past couple days, he and the person who was supposed to come and cut the tree down initially came out, and they cut down the rest of it, and the stump and all the bramble and all that stuff that was around the base, and hauled it away. So now the tree that tried to break into our house and through Leah's room is no more. Nothing's left. Flat ground. And I think it looks like a perfect place for a pool. But maybe that's just summer talking. I don't know. But yay. It all worked out. No windows broken. No roof broken. No, house broken. Somehow everything survived without any major damage except the tree. The tree got damaged. It got chopped up into little pieces and taken away and incinerated. But other than that, everybody and everything's fine. So, yay. And Sundown didn't fall off the roof, which is good. I mean, I was so worried because I'm like tired, over 50, middle of the night, pitch black, slippery, slanty roof, chainsaw. All things like I'm Final Destination movies are flipping through my head, like, have I seen this scene before? If not, I mean, this hopefully, if anyone who's involved with writing Final Destination movies, there's a scenario for you. That's all I could think of is, please let's not have a Final Destination moment. Please let's not have a Final Destination moment. All worked out fine. So that's the tree thing. What else did I say I was going to tell you about? Oh, broken feet and wrists and freaking zombie feet. Leah. We dropped Leah off at work. Did we drop her off? No, she drove herself. The day she got hurt, she drove. That's right, because she's a big girl. She drove herself to work and had been at work for a couple hours when I had just laid down for a nap. See, I can't turn and get this down. It has to be you have to use this the way you lay it. Now, if I would have laid it sideways, I'd have to horizontal place, but because I laid it vertical, I have to vertical place. And like this one in the middle, I can't get the drill out of the middle of my there. Got it there. But small issue with the ruler. Could annoy some people, but if you're a single placer or you like to use a smaller multi-placer, shouldn't be a problem. Just an observation. Anyway, so Leah called, and I think I've already mentioned the story, so I'll just gloss over it. Leah's at work at the dog boarding, grooming, daycare situation. She'd been there for several hours, and I had just laid down to take a nap. Ring, ring. Somebody breaks through my do not disturb, which means it's an emergency. And I answer it, or I see my daughter's number on the thing, and I know she's at work, so I'm like, oh no, dog bit her or something. Like, that was my big fear. And then I answered it, and I'm like, I didn't even say hello. I was like, what's wrong? What happened? Are you okay? And she's like, ah! Lots of crying, lots of sniffling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, just spit it out. What happened? And she has a condition that her bones, it's osteo something, and basically her bones are kind of spongy and porous, like lots of hole and brittle. She does have anyway, yeah, she's got weak little bones, and she has this walking thing where she walks, you know, your feet are like this, right? When you walk, she walks more like on the outsides of her feet a little bit. It's not like weird or anything, like when you see her walking you wouldn't really notice or know, but she does have orthotics in her shoes, prescription orthotics, and she does wear them, and she was wearing them, but somehow they failed, and she rolled her ankle, and something snap, crackle, popped in her foot and ankle, and she went down and couldn't get back up. And she needed me to pick her up and take her to the urgent care or the emergency room, whichever I so choose, whatever was closest, and somebody to come pick up her car. So we all pile in the car. We happen to have Charlotte that day. She did not go to work with Leah that morning, so we had to get Char in the car, and we all drove up there, and Sundown drove Char and Leah's car back home while I set about taking her to the nearest medical institution, which was an urgent care. And the first urgent care was like, well, since this happened at work, you probably want to go somewhere that does workman's comp, you know, is workman's comp approved. So you need to drive all the way 20 minutes or so across town to this one. And we're like, oh, for Pete's sake. So when we drive all the way across town to get to the other location, and she gets x-rayed, and they pretty much blew her off. They were just like, I think they viewed her as a young girl who was trying to get a few days off work because she tripped or something, and they were like, you're fine. They did an x-ray, said, you're fine, we don't see anything wrong. They didn't even give her any pain meds, any ACE bandage, a brace, a walking, nothing. They were just like, you're fine, here's a note for the rest of the day, go back to work tomorrow. Ice it if you feel like it, don't if you don't. It'll be fine. Just take it easy for the rest of the day. And she was like, feels worse than that, but okay. And so she came home, woke up the next morning, foot blown up like a balloon, all kinds of gray color, base color to her foot was gray. And then all these red, purple, black, green, blue bruises started appearing on the bottoms of her feet, the tops of her feet, running down the lengths of her toes. Basically, it kind of looks like a x-ray made of bruises. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like basically every bone in her foot is outlined in bruises. And it looked really gnarly, and it had blown up, all swollen and stuff. And I was like, Yeah, I think maybe we need a second opinion on this one. I don't think it's nothing. I don't think this is nothing. These bruises appeared all over your foot in the middle of the night, and you've lost color, you know, like normal color in the rest of your foot that's not bruised, and you can't put pressure on it, and it's blown up like a balloon, little sausage toes. And I'm like, no, they missed something. We're going back. So I need let's do in. So I take well, no, I didn't take her this time. I think Sundown did. Took her to either the urgent care or an emergency room. I think you're I think maybe not. Let me make sure they're not home, because he can't see this. Okay, I think they are home, but I have issued a very stern warning not to cross a certain threshold so that this cannot be seen. My deeds cannot be seen. So anyway, Sundown took her to another urgent care with a different medical group, and they did an x-ray, and they were like, well, the swelling is so bad that we can't really get a clear picture of what's going on in there. There could be a hairline fracture, and we just can't see it because of the swelling. So come back in about 7 days if it doesn't get any better or if it gets any worse, and then here's a prescription for you to go pick up a walking cast boot, and we're going to ace bandage this bad boy up for you, and also here's some pain meds prescription. And we were like, okay, well, now we're getting, you know, some adequate treatment, care, etc. And she came home, and then within the days following, couple days following, we've been having to get up at the butt crack of dawn, 5:30 in the morning, to get her to work by 6:30, 7 in the morning. We're dying. It's like, oh gosh. But she's doing much better with the little walking cast boot situation and whatnot. But she did get a third x-ray yesterday when she went to her rheumatologist, who, upon seeing the injury and how much worse it's looking than even the last time, they did another x-ray and said that they didn't really see any evidence of a major break in that x-ray either, which is good news. But I think torn ligaments, potentially tendons and ligaments and muscles and stuff of that nature could be all messed up in there, and that's what's causing the bruising. Regardless, bottom line, she borked up her foot and it looks like a zombie's foot. It looks like one of those crime shows where they find body parts floating like in a lake or something and washes up on shore, and they're like, all they found was a foot. It was just a foot, but where was the body? And then they flash to a picture of like the foot, and it's really gross and looks like dead. That's her foot. Just it looks like she's copycatting that image on her foot. So it looks really, really awful, but she's had 3 x-rays now, and they're not ruling out some kind of hairline or stress fracture, but no major break. But she is broken. This will be the 4th time she's had a foot injury of this nature. The first 3 times were literally actual broken feet. And I'm telling you, whatever's going on with her foot this time looks worse than any other time she's see, because of this middle bar, and I don't know, it's like a little it's like a roof peak right here. It kind of angles up to a point, so it's elevated, and because of that, I'm having trouble getting drills in these first spots unless I single place them. Just thought I'd share that with you. But there you go. But yeah, foot looks awful. And somewhere in betwixt all of this happening, all of this excitement, Sundown's wrist got bonked. It's a wrist that he broke when he was younger, had multiple breaks in it, multiple breaks and surgeries and whatever. Well, he bonked it the wrong way and has been having wrist pain bad enough for him to say, okay, I think I need to go see somebody. Which, if he's offering, if he's actively pursuing going to see some doctor, then you know something's wrong. Usually you have to bully him to go to the doctor. But he's been putting it off. And finally, today, he wanted to get some yard work done before he, he's like, hey, if it's hurt and they're not going to let me use it, or I can't use it as much or as well, I at least want to get the yard work done first. I'm going to like hurt it real bad before and get it all taken care of at once, instead of, getting it fixed and then going out and doing yard work and re-hurting it, He had that looked at today when he called to schedule a doctor's appointment because he was hacking up a lung, and it was getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, dude, I really think something's up. I think you need to go see somebody about your lungs. And he's like, nah, I'm fine. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. We kind of butted heads like this, like a little bit butted heads about it. But then finally I was like, look, I really care about you and I don't want anything, bad to happen. Your mom just had pneumonia and she's got some kind of like lung fungus over there and stuff. So like, could you please for me, humor me, go see the doctor and have him look at your wrist too. Fine, I'll call, make an appointment. And he called and they were like, hey, we can get you in today if you can come right now. And he was like, oh, I don't think he was expecting it, but he was good. He did good. He did the mature, responsible thing. And he was like, yeah, I'll be there. And I can be there in a few minutes. By a few minutes, it's like 30. But, so they got him in today, actually. And he just got back from there, but he did call and let me know. Bronchitis. See, Mushy doesn't not know everything. I know some things. I knew something wasn't okay. I knew his coughing was getting a little congesty and a lot worsey, and he needed to be seen. And he did not believe that was the case, but I told him it was the case, and I won, because happy wife, happy life, and ta-da! He needs antibiotics. I was right. And so now he's getting that fixed up, and they said that he probably borked a tendon or ligament in his wrist, and it needs a MRI so they can take a look at the soft tissue and see if there's any damage and what damage there is for sure. But something's up with his wrist, and they're going to look at it. So yeah, that's been our couple days. Not even, well, it's maybe been about a week since Leah's foot. So I guess you could say that's been our week, but her foot originally occurred. Yeah, let's just simplify it. That's our week. How's yours? How's yours doing? Better, I hope. Yeah, so I've been very busy. I know my videos have been sporadic, but I warned you. I posted warnings on the community tab and on Facebook, letting you guys know the release. The videos you might miss a few that normally would have popped up. They might come at odd times, but I am working my hiney off. Frankly, playing video games a little bit. Taking some little video game break, doing some streaming on Twitch, playing some 7 Days to Die. But I've been working my hiney off trying to get in a place where I'm pre-filming for our summer hot as hell staycation coming late July and into early August, when we've got surgeries and medical trips and the like coming up. We're just gonna call it a staycation and take a little, I mean, content's going to be coming out. You're not going to be able, it's not going to look on the channel like I'm not there, but it's going to be like a Wizard of Oz type of thing, kind of. Videos are going to be releasing, but no, well, the wizard was behind the curtain, but nobody's really going to be behind the curtain. I'm going to be scheduling it and taking care of Sundown after some back surgeries and taking care of myself after some medical stuff and taking a much needed break from the ubis of tubis because I don't want to burn out. So there you have it, folks. And this is the ruler. I'm hesitant to pull it up because I'm using it and I want it to stay lined up right, but I know you guys are probably going to want to see does it pull up all right. I'm going to be kind of careful. Oh, it doesn't feel that flimsy. This glue is a lot gluier than I expected it to be. Oh. Yeah, it's just peeling right up. Hopefully I can get this laid down just right again. But here's what it looks like under. And as you can see, it leaves lines here for me to fill in on my own. But I'm just going to try to lay that back down because I'm not done with this situation. And I need it to still line up right. We're going to push it on down. I heard it snapping in place there against the drills. And there we are. So far, so good on this. My only complaint is that it's not conducive to horizontal multi-placing, and it's not conducive to multi-placing right up against this middle bar or the bordering bars. It doesn't really like the multi-placer. It's a little too chunky, and so this would be really best suited, I think, for single placers or small, maybe 2 or 3 multi-place placers. That's my initial impressions, but I'm going to test with it some more, play around with these and try them out and see how they work. I will be trying the square version on our next mystery kit, which is going to be mystery kit number 35, horror. Yep, coming to a Figure It Out Friday near you during the Hot as Hell Summer Staycation Content Palooza. Boy, oh boy, do I have some stuff for you guys, and a lot of it. So look forward to that. And we're done here. Until next time, stay naughty. Bye.